Yeah, I wonder why.
I don't know. What's naked like?
Always packing the surprise.
You're banging over there. You're like,
my belt.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another group therapy session for gamers, just without the fun prescriptions.
Hi, I'm Tina.
Hi, Thanks for sharing, Tina. Tina, Jeff, I have to admit, this week, curiosity got the best of me, and I went and I shelled out my $13 to see Batman Begins, and of course to get a look at the new Mrs. Cruz, the future Mrs. Cruz. But I have to tell you, I was a little bit disappointed. I like the dark take on Batman, but not nearly as good as the first, and I thought Christian Bale a little too young and whippy to be.
Wow.
I did not get a chance to see it, so this is your guys'.
I thought it was good. I mean, to me, what was great about it was that the look and feel of it. I mean, it was great backstory, and it was a real emotional story. But you look at how the parents were killed in the first Batman movie, and how it was done in this film, and I think it was just so much more real. And I mean,
it was more of a better explanation.
Yeah, exactly. I just thought so. It was a really well done film. I mean, some of the action I don't think was nearly as big as exciting as some of the other stuff.
I thought it was too much action.
Yeah, it was, and it wasn't as memorable. It was just like him sort of just battling guys. But I thought really, as a whole, it was tonally just really great. And I preferred it to like the Spider-Man movies, which are
definitely worse than Spider-Man's, but not as good as the first Batman. But
how did Christian Bale do compared to the other Batmans?
Christian Bale, okay, so he's Bruce Wayne, and he's like, hey, everybody, I'm Bruce Wayne. All of a sudden, puts a mask on, I am Batman! And then, like, his voice changes, and all of a sudden, he's like a demon.
He's Batman. He is Batman.
But all he did was put a suit on.
And he's also a big gamer. I interviewed him a couple weeks ago, and he's a huge Halo fan.
Well, I wonder if his voice changes when he plays Halo, because I was a little annoyed by that.
Well, he actually is in the video game, though, and let's talk about that now, because Christian Bale, the whole cast, is back for the game from EA Games. Now, in this game, there are film clips, Batmobile chases, and plenty of Splinter Cell-style stealth gameplay. Now, the game is definitely a little repetitive, in my opinion, but the voice acting from the film cast is really great. Like, Laura didn't like Christian Bale's voice, but there's a lot of his voice in this game.
Liam Neeson did great in the game.
Liam Neeson is really, it's just so cool to see these guys.
Liam Neeson is so, when it's Liam on the...
It's so neat to see Liam Neeson, Morgan Freeman, all these guys in the game. So anyways, Paul Shelton from Rushville, Indiana, posted on the boards, and here's what he said about this game. He said it was only barely above average, marginally original, and fell victim to the flaw of many movie video games released. Of course, we have Paul on the phone. Now, Paul, what is the flaw you're talking about?
It really just doesn't add anything to the Batman Begins experience. It's just, it just seems like a non-interactive, interactive movie trailer.
Well, the story is exactly like it was in the film. You're saying you had a problem with that.
Well, it just didn't expand on anything, really. It was just like...
Right.
Right, it didn't really explain much that the movie left unanswered.
So first of all, let's establish, did you like the film? Laura and I were sort of, different on it. What do you think of the film?
Yeah, I liked the film a lot, except for somewhat of the retooled origin at the beginning.
Right.
But overall, that was a good movie, and it definitely made up for the last two, so...
Okay, well, but you're saying that you think the game, your movie games, you expect it to be something more. I look at, the Lord of the Rings games, which I thought were fantastic, and they were just play the movie, there's nothing new there in those games. Did you like those games? Did you play any of those?
I tried a couple of those, and they were good, solid games, somewhat like Batman Begins is, but, the movie games that I really like are something that, open up the world more.
That's true. That's true, and that's always a bonus. But, let's take a look at this game just as a game without the fact that it didn't add on to the movie. What did you think of the gameplay alone? Because I found the cape gliding was just more fun than I've had in a really long time.
It's so much fun.
Yeah, I'm saying it's sort of, it's Splinter Cell-like, too, I think. I thought it was a
stealthy.
Little, some of the guys that worked on Splinter Cell worked on this game. And I think it was a little weird where he was, crawling along pipes, and it was very, like Sam Fisher. Was that something that bothered you, or do you like that kind of gameplay, Paul?
I like Splinter Cell, but Splinter Cell does it a lot better.
Yes.
Right. And this is just, seems like a faster, more, action-paced version of that.
That's because it was Batman doing it, not Sam Fisher. It had to be a little bit different. Now, what about driving the Batmobile? I thought that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I thought the gameplay of it was done well, but, you don't even get to do some of the coolest parts that you see in the movie. Right. Jumping off the top of the parking garage, driving on top of the building.
Yeah. And the Batmobile stuff, it doesn't come until probably 3/4 of the way through the game.
Yeah, there's only a couple levels that even...
So yeah, and I think also, the fear thing is, I think you make a good point, Paul, about sort of it not taking, some of the conventions in the movie to the next level. Because the fear feature I just found was very repetitive. You go into an environment, you have to, do one thing to sort of scare the guys. And they have these guys with machine guns. You walk in, and then they can kill you, but if you do this fear thing, all of a sudden they lose their machine guns.
Like a crate in the corner falls, because they're like, oh my God, let me throw my gun, because I'm so afraid. I thought the game It's just a fun game. I mean, and the thing why I kept playing it is because it's so easy. It's just so easy that you don't get stuck, you don't get frustrated. It's just a fun little game where you can be Batman.
Yeah, and it's very acrobatic and stuff like that.
Right.
So it will give you a chance to really be entertained. And I don't think we're looking for like the Halo. We're not looking for like a system seller.
Yeah.
But as far as having a video game based upon that, a movie, I thought it was great.
Cool. So Paul, should buy it, rent it? What should we do?
Just rent it, because it's like, if you play it through, it's not that much longer than the movie, maybe a couple hours.
Right. Well, but you do actually get to have, if you were a fan of the movie, you get to have those voice actors. It's incredible how well that was done. The voice acting was really well done.
I played through this game. I mean, it only takes probably like 5 to 7 hours.
It took me like 2.5.
And the characters look like Christian
fast,
and Liam Neeson, so it was good.
It's cool.
All right, coming up after the break, we're going to be saving you kind folks a bunch of cash because we're telling you which games you shouldn't spend your money on. Don't turn that dial.
Or take out the wallet.
Hey everybody, I'm Kevin Pereira. I once was a PA at the network getting balance bars and coffee, and then one day in the lunchroom, an executive producer for another show called Arena asked me if I had any interest in being on camera. And I looked around and I didn't see a couch. It felt safe, and I said yes, I'd love to be.
This is a war. You do what it takes to win. Their only suspect,
Samir Horn, U.S. Army Special Forces,
is our only hope.
If you don't succeed, we may not get another chance.
How far are you willing to take this?
Whatever it takes to keep your cover. You're close. You're very close. Just keep him in your sight.
I need to know the truth.
The truth is complicated.
Traitor, rated PG-13, starts Wednesday, August 27th.
I faced one of the toughest challenges of my life right here. I couldn't swim, but I can still hear my drill instructor today. Don't quit. So I jumped in, apprehensive and scared out of my mind, but I came up a Marine.
The few, the proud, the Marines.
Let's talk merger. Beep. Ned's phone. Ned doesn't have AT&T, which means no bars here in Finland. So when Ned's boss called to say not to mention the merger, Ned, don't hint at the merger, Ned, don't even think about the word merger, Ned, it isn't finalized and everyone will freak out. We didn't get that call.
For the best coverage, switch to AT&T. More bars in more places. For a limited time, get our exclusive LG Shine for only $49.99.
So how do you cope with the current economy?
Financial savvy, global diversification, and
great pizza for $5.
Be smart with your money. Pizza Hut's Pizza Mia pizzas. Just $5 each whenever you buy 3 or more. $5 never tasted so good.
With over 1 billion movies delivered so far, it's movie time. Netflix.
You're a safe driver. Isn't it about time you got paid for being one?
Only Allstate will send you an actual bonus check worth up to 5% of your premium every 6 months you go without an accident.
Call an Allstate agent now or 866-509-3500 so you can get the rewards you deserve.
This is not the time to wish you had accident forgiveness.
Now is the time to get accident forgiveness from Allstate. Starting the day you sign up, your rates won't go up just because you have an accident, even if it's your fault.
Call 866-509-3500 before you drive again.
This is not the time to wish you had better insurance.
You don't have to skimp on quality protection with Allstate. In fact, drivers who switched from Geico to Allstate saved an average of 27%. That's an average of $518 a year. And you don't have to wait for your current policy to expire.
Call 866-509-3500.
Can you afford not to be in good hands?
You can see what's happening in front of the camera. Have you ever wondered what happens behind the scenes? Well, listen to this. You can be a part of the behind-the-scenes action by training for a career in digital video production. You could have a career as a camera operator in film or video, or become an editor for TV shows, commercials, and movies. Ever dream of training for a career in film or video production? Thanks to Collins College, you can!
Call 888-823-0999. That's 888-823-0999. Call now.
It's unanimous. Fans and critics agree Attack of the Show is time well wasted. One of the coolest shows on TV
more ballsy in its journalism than 60 Minutes.
What will the fanatical religious right hate more? The fact that there's witchcraft in the book or that there's a gay headmaster?
AOTS doesn't push the envelope, they lick it. I attain techno bliss.
I think you should just take it out and show everybody what you got.
The show that gets it before it gets out. Attack of the Show, weeknights at 7 and 10, only on G4. Stay out of the sun with G4 all summer long.
This is Glenn. I'm just calling to let you guys know I got my Xbox back. Thanks a lot for that message delivery.
I just gotta say, stop with the war games. There's way too many as it is. Get something new. World War II, yeah, it was a big deal, but you don't need to keep screwing it up.
Can't be the only one who sees this. Hold a picture of Foy up to a picture of Goku when he's Super Saiyan. See the family resemblance.
Usually get Dante, but
are you the spitting image?
Let's take a look.
You get the angry look, you get that same angry look.
Practically brother sister right there.
I can see a little bit of that.
I have a little bit more facial hair, but other than that, twins.
He's a good call. Absolutely a good call.
There you go. All right, people.
Yeah.
You know, like Live Aid, Goodwill, Happy Hour, we're here to help. So we thought we'd take this chance to hear from some of our gamer pals about which games out there we should all steer clear of. It's time for gamers to help gamers by saying, hey, buddy, don't buy that game.
Or hey, girl.
I'm tearing up. I'm tearing up. Anyway, we got Jim Walker on the phone. Jim, what games should we not buy and why?
Well, first off, I want to congratulate all three on a wonderful job on Attack of the Show this week.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it.
Appreciate that.
You saw the
With
show.
that said, God himself could not save WrestleMania 21.
Really? God's a pretty powerful human being, though. Well, not really a human being, but... forget about it. Go ahead.
The controls, when they decide to work, mind you, they're clunky, not very responsive, not very user-friendly. And the AI, let's just say, let's take the Michael Jackson jury. And we club them over the head with a baseball bat for about 40 minutes apiece. Then you toss them over a cliff into a pit filled with wolverines. Should they survive, you got something about as dumb as the AI in this game.
Wow.
So, someone feels ripped off.
I think he's holding back.
Exactly.
I think you're holding back a little bit of how you really feel.
Censoring myself
Give
for
me an
television.
example of that. Show me an example in the game.
Oh, an example in the game?
Yeah.
Let's say a ladder match.
Okay.
You climb up the ladder, you grab a hold of the suitcase or the belt, whatever's hanging up there nowadays. Instead of trying to climb up the ladder and knock you down, they will simply knock over the ladder and stare up at you like they're trying to catch what's inside your shorts.
Well, that's where the comedy comes into the game.
Right.
All right, talk a little bit about slowdowns.
Slowdown's a slight understatement. I would call it more of emergency brakes.
Yeah.
All right. No, it does make for a fun game. Now, people at home are probably wondering, I mean, are you a fan of wrestling in general?
I'm a fan of the SmackDown games, but wrestling as a whole, you have to keep in mind, it's a sport primarily watched by Southern men who try to look macho in front of their friends by watching oiled-up men play grab-ass.
And you're not one of those men?
No, I am not.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Jim.
Thanks for
I
the
think
consumer
you are,
warning. We appreciate
heartfelt.
it.
Yes.
We know some people also posted to our boards, and
Yeah,
a lot of people had comments on it. And let's take a look at some of the games that people said you should never buy. Well, Nintendo Fanatic wrote in. He said, "Prince of Persia: Warrior Within is test suckers." Whoever thought of a heavy metal soundtrack for a game that probably doesn't even take place in this millennium? I think that's a good point. I didn't like the music at all on that game.
He's serious.
Yeah, he is. All right, and Tizit writes in and says, Stuntman. I wanted to like this game so bad, especially since it got good scores from IGN and GameSpot, but no matter how hard I tried, it just wouldn't let me.
I agree. Didn't like that game much either. X-Playman writes in. He goes, Donkey Konga and the bongo drums. Nintendo did it again. They sucker me into buying a game with a controller that makes me look like a dang fool.
That was a great game.
I mean, you know what you're getting when you buy a game like that.
Yeah, and you think he was going to look cool with the Congos?
I'm just like, the Congos are on the package.
I know, and this thing was also mostly subjective. That's a great game, and so is Prince of Persia. What are you talking about?
All right,
what about you?
Being the big, huge, mega video game TV stars that you are, you think that we might know a little bit better than to buy these crappy games, but no, we're all fools. Let's start with Tina. Tina, what game should our friends not buy?
I really think Starbox Assault was a huge letdown. I think that series should be buried just like E.T. was, millions of miles away someplace and far, far under the Earth's core. No improvement from the previous game. Super easy, very confining. There's no new design, really. It just wasn't a great time, and it was for $50 bucks, and Star Fox Assault, not so much.
I liked it.
It was all right. But, you know, the game that I picked a game that was just so disappointing when I played it. It was Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines. Now, you know, there haven't been a lot of great Terminator games. There was a Terminator 2 arcade game with a light gun that I loved playing in the arcades about 15 years ago. But this game was just so universally terrible.
Yes.
And, you know, the game was just not a great quality game. It was, you know, supposed to be tied into the movie. The movie was kind of fun.
Talk about a bad video game based on a movie.
Yeah, I mean, there have been a lot of bad ones, but this one just, I mean, the environments were terrible. The AI was terrible. It was a first-person shooter, and that's the toughest thing about, you know, first-person shooter is that it's got to be good because, I mean, the competition is so
Especially great AI,
good.
yeah.
Exactly. So it was a really disappointing game.
I agree with you on that, actually.
Well, I put a lot of thought into it, and I decided that my thoughts would best be expressed in poetic form. So I wrote a little something down for you.
I'm afraid about what you're about to say.
Put some effort into it.
Yes.
You know, overachiever. Dead man's hand, oh please don't buy, or you'll be as dumb as this game's AI. I thought how great this will be, a Wild West shooter. I can play on my Xbox or my computer. I'll be a Mexican outlaw filling enemies with lead, but I wanted to shoot was myself in the head. The graphics are reminiscent of the original Tapper, not like Star Fox. This game belongs in the crapper. The scripting is predictable and the mechanics are flawed. And the posse road? Oh my God. The levels are short and the bosses are wimpy. For added pleasure, the multiplayer is skimpy. You're the only one online, whether early or tardy, not unlike being at a Tina Wood party. The hit detection is flaky and the poker is lame, so I'm begging you all, don't get this game.
Can I bring the hook out?
That was better than the actual game right there.
After the break, we're blowing things up as Geoff gets up close and personal with one of the men behind Destroy All Humans. You don't want to miss it.
That's right.
Look at you getting all funky.
I like it.
My parties are very...
You're plugged into G4 Rewind. Up next, G4TV.com.
Wendy's Baconator, 6 strips of bacon and beef. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's.
They've got the gowns, the limousine, and the hotel suite. Now all the need for this
Has
bride
anyone seen the sign?
is to stay alive. I missed you. Prom night on DVD August 19th.
By the time I met Randy, I knew what I was looking for. What's been surprising about love is that it's a lot easier than I thought it would be.
It feels good not to have to be anything other than who you are.
Log on and review your matches for free. eHarmony.com.
This is you after an energy drink. Unfortunately, so is this. Why do energy drinks make you crash? 1 minute you're wired up, the next you feel worse than before. The answer is large amounts of sugar and caffeine. That's why you should try a new liquid energy shot called 5-Hour Energy. With 5-Hour Energy, you can leave grogginess behind and sail through your day without feeling jittery, tense, or you know. That's because 5-Hour Energy contains a powerful blend of B vitamins for energy and amino acids for focus, alertness, and better mood. There's zero sugar, about as much caffeine as a cup of coffee, and only 4 calories. The 2-ounce shot takes just seconds to drink, and in minutes you're feeling bright, awake, and productive. And that feeling lasts for hours. So if your energy drink makes you crash, switch to 5-Hour Energy. Hours of energy now, no crash later. Find out if 5-Hour Energy is right for you. It's available at these fine stores. Or for more information, go to 5hourenergy.com.
What if I told you there's a quick and easy way to get today's most popular stuff for free? All you need is internet access. Answer a few questions, then tell us where to send your free gift. It's fast, it's easy, and it's real. Thousands of people have already claimed their free gift.
I thought it was too good to be true. Then I got my free Xbox.
I got a free Xbox for my son.
An offer like this doesn't come around every day. Check out the website now and get your free gift.
The premium Dell XPS M1530 with Windows Live Photo Gallery. Load, edit, and share your photos. And for a limited time, get a flip video camcorder, all for just $9.99 or finance for less than $2 a day. Go to Dell.com or call now. Dell, yours is here.
Do you want to own a brand new computer and improve your credit at the same time? If you have less than perfect credit, bad credit, or no credit at all, and want to improve your credit, Guaranteed Consumer Funding can assist you in obtaining the high-quality computer you want and need while at the same time help you build or rebuild your credit. Here's how it works.
Bad credit? No problem. There's no credit check, so you will not be turned down. If you have a checking or savings account and can afford weekly payments of just $29.99, then you are already approved for a brand new Dell, HP, or other name brand computer. Guaranteed. So give us a call now to have your brand new computer shipped right to you. Act now. We'll add an in-car GPS navigation system, a free MP3 player, and with select models, we'll throw in a free printer.
Give us a call today to get the computer of your dreams, and we'll help you get back on track to improving your credit. Guaranteed consumer funding, your credit solution for quality electronics.
Critics are spewing. It's good, unclean fun. It's gastronomic molestation. Hurl, all new Sunday at 7 on G4.
Hi, this is Nexonic, and you're watching G4 Rewind. Who is your favorite G4 host?
I'd have to say Laura Foy.
Probably Adam. He's just hilarious and very spontaneous, and he always makes me laugh.
I'm gonna honestly have to say Kevin Herrera, and I know a lot of people really like Kevin. I'm one of those people, and I've watched him grow from a boy to a man.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. Now, you know, a lot of gamers complain frequently about the number of sequels in the video game world. Heck, I remember playing King's Quest VIII a few years back. So it's always time to celebrate when a brand new game franchise comes along, and Destroy All Humans from Pandemic Studios and THQ is definitely just that. Well, joining us to talk all about the game is one of the designers of it, Cameron Brown. Cameron, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Now, Destroy All Humans, really inventive game. The most interesting thing to me is that this game was actually developed in Australia, of all places.
That's right.
How does that happen? I thought Pandemic was based here in California.
Well, Pandemic is based here in Los Angeles. We have a Brisbane studio, Brisbane, Australia.
Right.
So up in the Sunshine Coast, where it's very hot, very sunny. And we have a bunch of crazy guys over there who have been slaving away on Destroy All Humans for the last 2 years. And
how did you guys come up with this idea? What is the premise behind it?
Well, I mean, the premise is obviously that we wanted to take the 50s B-movie kind of alien invasion kind of shtick. And the interesting twist is that let's play the aliens and let's destroy all the humans. And so the idea came up just from a really genuine brainstorming session at the Australian office. These guys are throwing around ideas. You know, someone actually proposed it kind of as a joke. They're like, what about Destroy All Humans, 50s B-movie, it'll be really fun. And, the longer we talked about it and the longer it got discussed, the more it stuck. And it was just kind of, wait a minute, there's something to this.
And I know Tina's actually checking out a version of the game, playing it.
Right now,
How
I'm
do you
just
like it?
throwing cows and chickens and sort of getting used
flinging
to
some cows, yeah. That's what we like.
People are comparing the open-ended gameplay a lot to Grand Theft Auto. So what similarities and what differences will we see with that?
There's definitely some similarities. The game has a sandbox world, and you can run around very freely. You have the alien Crypto. He has a jetpack that allows you very free movement around, and you have a UFO that you can fly. So there's some similarities there in that you can run around freely. Where it differs a bit from GTA is that it's a very story-focused game. There's a real adventure that Crypto goes on, and we've put a lot of time and effort.
There's a lot of anal probing.
There is a ton of more anal probing than.
Excuse
that is one of the weapons. That's one of the weapons.
Well, it depends on the cheat codes you use for San Andreas.
Okay.
But, so with a lot of emphasis on the comedy. So what we've done is we have Crypto and his kind of universe. We've put him in the kind of classic 50s sitcom B-movie universe. So you have a lot of suburban angst bubbling beneath the surface. So when you scan thoughts and go through the story, you kind of get this whole picture of another world that existed, this very funny 50s universe.
And a brand new engine, right?
A brand new engine. This was all made by the Australian studio specifically for Destroy All Humans. So I think you'll see that they're pushing the PS2 really hard, getting some great looking stuff out of it. The Xbox version looks gorgeous. They've done a great job.
We've actually got a chat room full of people just bustling with questions, and Vigilante360 wants to know, can you make crop circles in the game?
I think in one of the later missions you can. Yeah, you've got like a death ray on your saucer. So and so as you can spray that across buildings and set things on fire and stuff. So yeah, don't hold me to it. I think you can create a crop circle later.
Well, that's cool that you actually you can play the alien, but you can also sort of have the stuff in the saucer. So
right, exactly.
That's the nice blend of that.
Yeah, well, the Crypto, when he's on the ground, he can take human forms, so he can exist in the world without being discovered, and so that's an important mission tactic. When you're in the UFO, it's all about alien invasion, death rays, explosions, flinging things around. So things get kind of crazy when you're up there, but it's a nice
No, it's fantastic to see such an inventive game. I mean, I got to ask you, why do you think, I mean, there's so few games that are as original as this game? Is it a problem with the way the business is set up?
No, I don't see it as a problem personally. I mean, I look out there and I see a lot of creativity. You know, not necessarily in the top-selling titles, not necessarily in the mainstream. And I think, you know, what we're trying to do, what THQ is trying to do with this title, is bring something that's both creative but is also going to be like really popular and you know, really out there. Because I think there's all sorts of crazy stuff happening on the fringes of the game industry, and you know, I think there's a lot of creativity. I think, you know, it's commonly said there's you know, it's just all sequels, but I think if you dig beneath the surface, there's a lot there. What we want to do is kind of pop that out a little more and have that creativity bubble to the surface.
And hopefully, I mean, once you create a hit like Destroy All Humans, you know, we'll see sequels, maybe going to handheld, anything else that, you know, you're going to do with it?
Yeah, we're not ruling anything out. Let's put it that way.
Okay. I've heard some rumblings. There might be some handheld versions coming, but anyways, I can't wait to play it. All right, Cameron. Well, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
You guys should stick around because after the break, we're talking about a big video game music concert that's coming up in Hollywood. Plus, Tina is giving a makeover, not to me or Laura, but to one of you at home. We'll see you after the break.
Not that you guys couldn't use one.
Ouch.
Next week just gives me the chills, you guys. We're talking about Battlefield 2. We're going to find out if it's the most kick-ass shooter of our time. And Ted Price is going to be here to talk about Ratchet Deadlock. And check us out every Friday when we premiere at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific.
Absolutely.
Well, we excited? A little Battlefield 2 action?
Can't wait. Can't wait.
All right, but
it's going to be a good summer.
Before we get to next week, there's some unfinished business here today, like our latest Gamer Makeover presented by Axe. Let's take a look.
Can't wait.
We got your email. We're very excited to make you over. My question is, Scott, why is it so important that you get made up tonight?
My high school reunion is tonight. There's a girl there I really, really want to impress. I haven't seen her in forever.
You are going to look so pimp tonight. All right, Scott, first thing on the agenda, Axe shower gel. You got to make sure you smell real good for Kimberly.
Okay.
The scruff, it's got to go, right?
Yeah,
You got 10 minutes. Let's lose it. I'll see you then.
Okay. Hey, Kimberly, it's Scott. You remember me from gym class?
Well, let's see what we can do to make you look a little more like Casanova and a little less of this.
All right.
Ready to try some stuff on?
Totally ready.
Give me kisses.
You are a stud, man. Absolutely, Scott. You look great. Are you ready to go to your...
I'm so psyched. I'm ready.
Go knock her socks
Gotta
off.
catch my plane.
Go say hi to Kimberly for us.
So what happened with Scott and
He got a date. He did. He got it. I don't know where it went from there, but he got the date. That was
you
the
have
mission.
To find the stud inside.
He looked good.
Awesome.
I was
job,
like,
bud.
actually, if Kimberly doesn't work out, maybe, you know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Okay, anyway, you guys at home, you've probably heard about the huge video game concert being held at the Hollywood Bowl on July 6th. It's called Video Games Live. Well, we've got our good friend, my good friend, I don't know about you guys, and he's also the executive producer of the show, Tommy Tallarico, on the phone. He's going to tell us a little bit more about it. Tommy, are you with us?
Hey, girls, how you doing?
Tommy.
You
Now,
miss me?
of course.
Always.
But I'm here now, Tommy, so watch out.
Is Jeff taking good care of you?
Of course.
Awesome.
All right, tell us a little bit about the concert.
Yeah, I mean, this is a huge celebration. I mean, we got all the greatest music in video games played in our Hollywood Bowl show by the L.A. Philharmonic. We got lasers, lights, live action, exclusive video content from the games. You know, some of the games we're talking about is Halo and Metal Gear Solid and Mario and Tron and Tomb Raider and Sonic and Castlevania, Advent Rising.
Probably some of your music too, right, Tommy?
Advent Rising.
We got to plug Advent Rising. But the other great thing about the event is we're having a huge festival beforehand. This is a G4TV.com exclusive. We're actually Hideo Kojima, the creator of the Metal Gear series, Yuji Naka. Wow. We have 40.
And we're going to be there too, Tommy. Don't worry. We're out of time, Tommy, but that wraps it up for this week. I can't wait to be there at the show with you. We're going to have tons of fun.
Yeah,
Make sure you guys sign up for our newsletter at g4tvtheshow.com and visit our forums and let us know what games you guys are playing and what we should talk about on the show. We're going to see you guys next week when we're talking about Battlefield 2, and Ted Price, the man behind Ratchet & Clank, joins us. Have a good night.
All right, so is it a date?
It's a date.
We'll be there. Absolutely.
I can't wait.
July 6th with Thomas.
Let's go to Ticketmaster, son. We gotta get some free tickets from Tommy, right? Where have all the original games gone? Tonight we try to answer that question with video game agent Seamus Blackley and Sega of America president Simon Jeffrey.